Good morning. It is so good to be in the house of the Lord. A big welcome to all of our scouts and their families. We are so happy that you are here. And I have heard that since there is a result of so many of us here today that we do not all have bulletins. So please share. Hymns are on the screens, and I'll be announcing the hymn numbers. And now I'm going to turn this over to Randy Allen.
Good morning and welcome to Scout Sunday at Broadway United Methodist Church. We're so glad that you all are able to participate and attend today. As you probably know, we've got a long history of scouting in Broadway United Methodist Church. It goes back to the 1950s. It's Tom Taylor here. I think he was one of the first scouts back in 1950. I don't want to age him, but so we've had a long tradition, and that continues today. We have 6 Girl Scout troops that use our facility, and we're going to highlight them today, as well as a Boy Scout troop, Troop 87, which we not only offer the facilities, but we're also the organizational sponsor, as well as PAC 87. So we're very excited about scouting here at Broadway United Methodist Church. I'd like to ask some of the leaders to stand as I call your name, and if you'll remain standing, please. First of all, from the Girl Scout side, Jennifer Cohen, she's here, and Samantha Anderson, she's with Troop 2801, Sally Milton, Troop 2548, Lisa Hendrickson, if she'll stand, she's with Troop 2536, and Shelley Jakes, not sure if she's here, Jen Bowen, and Jackie Stiver are the Girl Scout leaders. Also, if you look in your bulletin under Boy Scouts, we in air listed the wrong Scoutmaster. Curtis Moore, if he'll please stand, as our Troop 87 Scoutmaster, and Justin Hall as our PAC leader, if he'll please stand. And we also have a lot of assistant Scoutmasters. Without going through all their names, please remain standing. If the assistant Scoutmasters would stand up, we'd like to recognize them. And all the Scouts, if you'll stand up. And if you've been involved at the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts or Girl Scouts in the past, if you'll stand up. Very good. So you can see we're well represented, and we thank you for all your efforts, because if you've been involved or have gone through and see any of the troops, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, they're very active, and certainly none of this could be possible without the leadership. And as you'll see exemplified today, the kids are going to make us all proud, and a lot of it's not only because of the parents, of course, but because of the leaders in the scouting program. Also wanted to just highlight that the last year, in 2019, there were 10 Gold Award winners in Girl Scouts, which is the highest rank, equivalent to Eagle, if you're familiar with that. So we want to congratulate the 10 girls that achieved the highest rank there. And we also had 3 Boy Scouts in Troop 87 to achieve the Eagle Scouts. So we're proud of them as well. So not only are they active and doing a lot for the community, but they're also improving their own recognition by achieving these goals, so congratulations to them. So at this time, we'd like to present the colors, and ask Brad to come through.
Color guard, attention, forward march. Color guard, halt, post the colors. Color guard, reform.
And at this time, we'd like to have the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, if they will go through the pledge and their individual oaths and laws, please.
If you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
Signs. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Signs. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight, too.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do. I will respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout.
Praise the Lord. Happy are those who fear the Lord, who greatly delight in his commandments. Their descendants will be mighty in the land. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in the houses, and their righteousness endures forever. They rise in the darkness as a light for the upright. They are gracious, merciful, and righteous. It is well with those who deal generously, and land who conduct their affairs with justice.
For the righteous will never be moved. They will be remembered forever. They are not afraid of evil tidings. Their hearts are firm, secure in the Lord. Their hearts are steady. They will not be afraid. In the end, they will look in the triumph of their foes' eyes. They have distributed freely. They have given to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Their horn is exalted in honor. The wicked see it and are angry. They gnash their teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked comes to nothing.
All are welcome to come down to hear what Megan Gass has to share with us for our moment with God.
What a good-looking crowd. Nice. Noah, you're always good-looking. It's good, man. I am glad to have everybody here. Now, we had some hands up earlier about who all's involved in Scouts, but down here, who all is in Scouting? Raise your hand. Okay, who all has met a Scout before? Has anybody met a Scout? You guys have met me. You've met a Scout. Okay, good. All right, Scouting is all over the place. So even if we're not in it, we might have known somebody. And if we're just starting in Scouts, sometimes it's nice to be able to get the opportunity to talk to somebody who's been in Scouts before. Or sometimes if we've been in Scouts for a while, it's nice to get a chance to talk to somebody who's brand new in it, to remind ourselves what it was like to be a Scout for the first time. So we've got 4 folks up here. We've got Ian and Abby and Allison and Tom. Thanks, man. You take cues really well. Who have agreed to answer some questions for us. So we're going to start with, what is your favorite thing about Scouts?
The adventure and seeing all my friends and meeting new friends.
Awesome, thank you.
My favorite part of Scouts is all the travel and service work we do.
My favorite part of Scouts is getting to hang out with all of my friends and learn new skills.
My favorite part about Scouts is being able to hang out with all the people in my troop.
Awesome. We'll bring it back down to Ian. Ian, would you let us know, what is something that you have learned by being a Scout?
We've learned on what veteran means and what they do.
Awesome. So what veteran, the word veteran, or who a veteran is?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Something I've learned is that if you're trying to do something and it's not working out, you have to look outside of the box and try to figure it out.
Problem solving. Go for it.
Okay, we learned how to help the community and people in our community.
Very good. Do you want?
A skill I've learned in Scouts would be leadership skills. I feel confident that I can lead a group now.
And we have seen that happen as well. So where have you used faith in your scouting? Where have you seen God or used your faith?
We went outside to the park next to the library, and we cleaned up trash all over the park.
Excellent. Creation care is a beautiful way of using your faith.
We have to use our faith to trust that the service project is really what needs to be done right now, and that the service project reaches everybody it can.
I use my faith in Scouts. I really don't know. I was going to say through service projects too, because we do Operation Christmas Child, and that's probably one of our favorite things we do.
Awesome, thank you.
We use our faith because we hold services on Sundays, and some people do prayers before we eat during our food times.
Yeah, lots of us do the prayer during the food times thing as well. Thank you all so very much. Guys, let's give our scouts here welcome and thank you.
You are the salt of the earth, but its salt has lost its taste. How can its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything, but it is thrown out and trampled under food. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket on the lampstand, and it gives a light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law of prophets. I have come not to abolish, but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of letter will pass from the law until it is accomplished. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdoms of heaven, but whoever does them and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Fantastic. All right. Well, my name is Eva Counts, and I'm going to talk to you today about where I see faith in scouting. And a few weeks ago, when I was asked about this, I thought it would be a pretty easy question to answer, even though I didn't have an answer right off the top of my head. I've grown up in the church because my grandfather is a pastor. And so I thought I'd have confidence to speak about this and where I saw God in my faith. But yesterday night, in true pastor form, at least how my grandfather would describe, I had no idea what I was going to say this morning. So, here I am. Yesterday, I went to pick up my grandfather from the airport as he was coming back from one of his international mission trips. When he got in the car, I said, "Papa, I have a problem." He said, "What is it, my dear child?" I said, "I am supposed to speak tomorrow at church about how I see God in scouting, but I have no idea what I'm going to say." He said, "Well, as you have grown up in the community with the church, where do you see God there?" And I said, "I saw God in the relationships I formed with my fellow people and God's children, and the people who mentored me, such as my grandfather and my parents and my youth leader, all those people." He said, "Well, is Girl Scouts not a community?" I said, "Yes, sir, it is. It's one of the strongest communities I've had the opportunity to be part of. And I'm so blessed to be part of that community. It is really the relationships that I've formed in Girl Scouts that has shown my faith. All the people that have mentored me, all the opportunities I've gotten from Girl Scouts has been God showing his opportunity through me. So, I come to you today to say that it's really the relationships you form in scouting. And unlike in pastor form, I kept this short and sweet because we all don't want to be here forever. And we have many other people to talk. So thank you for listening to me tonight, or today.
Good morning. How are all of you here today? You doing good? That's very good. My name is Charlie McLaughlin. I'm the Assistant Senior Patrol Leader for Troop 87. A lot of people ask me the usual question, "Charlie, How has scouting made an effect on you? Well, I tell them about how it taught me first aid, how it helped me to get my first job, how it taught me to love and survive in the outdoors, and how it helps me to become a better leader. I seldom, however, get asked the question of how scouting has affected my faith. This morning, I'd like to share with you a lesson of faith from my scouting experiences. Faith and Scouts have been connected ever since the creation of the Scout movement by Lord Robert Baden-Powell. Hence, the inclusion of reverence as a point in the Scout law. This was included in the law, as Baden-Powell believed that a boy could not rise to his full potential without the belief of God and his reverence to God. My belief in God has helped me to fully become the best Scout that I can be. My belief in God, as my belief in God strengthens every day, so is my ability to become a better Christian, Scout, leader, and friend. Whenever I go on a camp out, just like life, I believe God will help me and guide me through the camp out as I strive to become a better person. A quote from Psalm chapter 119, verse 144. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. I believe that the righteousness of God and his scriptures are everlasting. God gives me strength and guidance to continue and grow in his word. I pray that he will give me the understanding that I will live and grow throughout life and my many campouts. In the Scout law, a Scout is reverent. When a Scout is reverent, they are faithful in both their actions and their beliefs while being respectful of God. In Proverbs chapter 19, verse 23, reverence gives life, happiness, and protection from harm. I pledge to live by my faith in God and reverence to God, the Scout oath and law. A Scout is cheerful. This part of the Scout law has affected me the most spiritually, as well as being my favorite. When a task is done cheerfully, it makes the task seem less difficult, and it inspires others to do the same. In Romans chapter 12, verse 8, if it is to encourage, give encouragement. If it is giving, give generously. If it is to lead, do so diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Encouragement is a very powerful force. I've seen it at school, at work, and in our many Scout meetings, and I try to use it myself in many ways. Whether I'm encouraging a Scout to finish a hike that seems as though it'll never end, or when I'm pushing a Scout through to finish a particular requirement, God encouraged me to do so cheerfully. Living in faith with a cheerful attitude is a very important part of being a Scout. So, all in all, Scouting has helped my faith in God grow. And as my faith grows, so do I. I strive each day to become a better Christian, leader, friend, and Scout in any way that I can. Whether it is be cheerful towards even the most unenviable task, or to be reverent. I pledge that on my honor, I will do my best, I will do my duty, to both God and country. I will obey the Scout law. I will help other people at all times. I will keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. I'm thankful for Scouting's influences in my life and my journey in my faith. Thank you.
Hello, 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 hello. I am glad to meet you. I am glad to greet you. Hello, 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 hello. Faith is that connection of complete trust and confidence in someone or something that is larger than oneself. We are all on a spiritual journey together, whether it is activities including camping, community service, or earning badges by acquiring practical skills and experiences. This bonding brings girls together because of the faith they develop in each other, but also being reminded of faith in something even larger around themselves. Another way to cement this bonding is through song. Whether someone wakes the girls with Noah's Ark song, rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Singing your graces before a meal, like back of the bread. Back of the bread is the flour, and back of the flour is the mill, and back of the mill is the wind and the song and the Father's will. Silly songs, like Baby Bumblebee, or You Can't Get to Heaven. My favorite is Found a Peanut. Singing songs on the trail, like Listen to the Earth. Listen to the earth, it's singing to me. Hear all nature's harmony. Waterfalls and raindrops, wind and sea. Sing the song of the earth to me. Songs around the campfire, Kumbaya, or Linger. Songs at ceremonies, whenever you make a promise. Whenever you make a promise, consider well its importance, and when made, engrave it upon your heart. Or finish the day with taps. All of this together reinforces the lessons of faith that builds courage, confidence, and character to each and every girl. Day is done, gone the sun, from the lake, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest, God is nigh. My name is Ruth Remmers. I have been on this journey of faith with girls for 35 years.
Well, here in a couple minutes you'll realize that they didn't save the best for last. It's a pretty tough act there to follow. So my name's Brian Gossett, and I'm an assistant scoutmaster with Troop 87. I'm a lifelong scout. I was very blessed to grow up in a troop, Troop 74, Etowah, Tennessee. If you've ever traveled down Highway 411, they've got two things going for them, antique stores and Troop 74. And you know, I was certainly blessed to grow up in that community and be a part of that scout troop there at Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church. And then as I journeyed through Scouts, I got to attend Sea Base and Philmont, and for those of you who don't know, those are high adventure places, really neat experiences for a young person. Very active in Pellissippi Lodge 230, and got a chance to work at Camp Buck Tom's, which is the Boy Scout summer camp for 3 years. And so with all that being said, I just want to say that I think that the most important lesson for me during that time is the opportunity to be a mentor for others. And whether that's being a mentor as an adult leader for a youth or the chance to be a mentor from a peer to a peer, I think that the opportunity to mentor is one of the things that scouting gives across all scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, venturing, all the things that the scouting program does. And I think that scouting's values, both in Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, allow for mentoring to take place in such a way that really is beneficial to kids in our modern times. I think our modern youth have this desire to have connections with previous generations. I think they want to seek some life experiences that those previous generations have, and they want those previous generations to walk side by side with them and guide them down the path and help them to find the best way. And I think that scouting, along with some other things, helps to provide that. The word mentor is not in the Bible. It's actually the word discipleship. But when you define the word mentor, it's a wise and trusted counselor or teacher. And so a lot of time is spent in the Bible talking about one person mentoring another person, or one person mentoring a group of people in such a way that, Jesus mentored his disciples so that they could go and spread the word and spread faith. So in Philippians 4:9 it says, "Whatever you have learned or seen in me, put it into practice." And so I feel like that scouting is one of the best places for us as both youth and adults to put into practice the kind of experiences that we want to share with others. So I appreciate it. Thanks.